Hey, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Mike Muldoon podcast. Hope you're doing well. Hope things are going well for you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here with me. I don't know. I'm probably gonna sound like a broken record quite often because I'm gonna be again talking about fear again today. But again, I want you to also understand, as I've talked about my podcast when I started many years ago, is that I don't come from a place of, hey, look at my life. Everything's so great. I've made it. I'm here. I'm standing on top of the mountain, and now let me tell you how I did it. You literally are going through my journey with me. So when I'm talking about fear, stress, anxiety, whatever might be in the way for you, I've actually been experiencing it myself. So I am on this journey going through it with you, not somebody who just suddenly just appears on screen one day or, suddenly public speaking something, talking about how they got there. I am actually still working on getting there, and that is my journey. But again, as I've often talked about in the past, the thing that stops people from doing a lot of things is fear. Fear stops growth. Fear is what puts people, stops them in their tracks, gets them to pivot, go back to the more safer confines, safer ways, right? Because again, as I've talked about, the body, the mind, everything wants the path of least resistance. Fear is really supposed to be designed to keep you safe, right? And in some cases, it does keep you safe. Don't go out there. There's killer lions, right? Well, okay, fear sets in, you stop, you don't go outside that door. But other times, fear just comes in and says, I don't try something new. You're good. You're right here, even though you're unhappy. I got to tell you, so this bagel shop that my wife and I opened up, it has been one of the most humbling experiences of my life. Some days it feels effortless. It's like a golfer hitting that one perfect shot. I mean, the swing is smooth. The balls sail, that like clean, just out there. And for a brief moment, you think, this is it. I've got it. I'm going to hit like this all the time. Let's keep going. But then you step up again, right? You swing and you just completely miss. You shank it once. Then again, suddenly you're not sure if you ever knew what you were doing in the first place. And that's what running this bagel shop feels like some days. There are mornings when the place is buzzing, customers are lining up, and you can feel the brand taking root in the community. It's exciting, it's energizing, it's why I do it. And then there are days the business just slows. You glance at the numbers, fear creeps in, you start asking yourself questions. No entrepreneur, right? Because I'm an entrepreneur, wants to know, did I invest too much? Did I miscalculate? Is the ship sinking while I'm trying to patch holes? I don't know, but these are the questions that creep in. And, if you're aware of it, you can stop it. You can get yourself from not going down the rabbit hole, and you could push through. And again, this is kind of just what I want to talk about today. Okay. Here's the deeper truth. I love the shop. I do. I like having a bagel shop. It's not something I wanted to do. My wife used to talk all the time, like, I'd love to have a coffee shop someday. And I was like, that sounds great. You should do that. Who would have thought I'd spend 99% of my time at the shop and she'd be doing her other job, which actually she's very good at. So I'm here. What I love about this shop is the community it brings together. I love it. I love going up there and meeting people and all these new faces and all these really awesome people I get to meet, and just hearing about them, learning about people. I like that. If you ever come into the shop and we start talking, you'll notice I'll pull up a chair and I'll sit there right with you for as long as I think you want me sitting there. If you're eating, it's probably a little uncomfortable, but as long as because I like getting to know people. I like talking to people. I enjoy that. Part of this whole M Street experience for me is that, everybody here has a friend. It almost should become like my cheers, right? Like you walk in there and it's your cheers as well. You walk in there, people, and there's always something there. And I feel like that's that's something that we've created here, right? The simple joy of me just, seeing people here. I feel like we've been pretty successful at doing that, right? Because that really matters to me. It matters deeply to me that when people come in here, not only they're spending money, but they're having a great experience. But if I'm going to be fully honest here, this shop community, bringing everybody together, is only kind of half of my passion. See, the other half lives downstairs. So if you've been in the shop before, you probably see, what is he doing down there? What's going on down there? Well, I have an office here, and that's where I spend time writing. And writing has, been just my lifelong dream. It's my happy place, no matter what's going on in the world, including sometimes when I'm stressed here with the bagel shop part, I can go to writing. It's my happy place, and everything subsides. But when fear sort of creeps in about the business, it sometimes feels compounded, because it's not just, well, what if the business failed, right? It's also, what if I poured so much into this that I never give my other dream, my other passion, the space it needs to grow? And that's not about loving one thing less. It's about wrestling with how to balance two things that I really care deeply about. So this is what I've learned in this. When it comes to fear, it isn't proof that you're failing. Fear is proof that you're growing. And growth doesn't only come from, chasing your dreams and your passions head on. Sometimes it just comes from the detours, the ventures, the challenges that shape you in ways your dreams alone never could. See, the thing is, every time we step into something unknown, whether it's launching a new business, chasing a passion project, or just stepping into a new chapter, fear is going to be there. The real danger isn't fear itself. The danger is letting fear make the decisions for you. Even if venture somehow didn't work out, oh gosh, it wouldn't be wasted. Sometimes it takes money, time, and energy to learn. And sometimes the lessons you pick up in one passion give you the resilience and creativity and the perspective you'll need for another. See, the thing is, if you look back in your life, there are things that maybe you thought have broken you, but they built you up and they put you in a position to be better for it in the future. Now, I'm really hoping we're going to be successful here because I really like the business. And for me, again, I love to keep it going. And I love, again, the community with it. And I love having a place to come and bring people together. But like I said, if it wasn't, I hate saying the words, meant to be, there's some growth that is going to come from it. And honestly, that's life outside of business as well. I mean, how many times do we stop ourselves because fear tells us the risk is too high, the timing is wrong, or we're not ready? How many opportunities are lost because we mistake fear for a stop sign rather than a signpost pointing to potential growth and opportunity? The truth is, you don't have to eliminate fear to move forward. I've often said the strongest people are not the ones without fear. The strongest people are the people who have fear and still move forward. You just can't let it be the driving force. Fear can sit in the passenger seat. Again, a level of fear is good because it's there for a reason. It is there to help you at times. It just doesn't get to, drive you. It doesn't get to command the steering wheel. So whether you're just, standing over that golf ball or running this, cafe, which I'm doing, or carving out time to pursue bigger dreams for yourself, just remember this. Success isn't about hitting every shot perfectly. Success is about showing up. Swinging again after those shanks, trying to find your ball in the brush, and just trusting that the lessons you're learning, even the balancing act for me between two passions, are shaping for what's ahead, because growth is usually hiding just on the other side of fear. Okay. I hope that made sense. I've been kind of busy and I had to try to get this in real quick. So anyway, as always, I appreciate you being here. Share it with your family, your friends, make sure you're liking it. Yeah, leave reviews. That's always helpful, stuff like that. And, as we're going into a weekend, this week, as I know everybody looks forward to the weekend, just always, be smart, be safe out there. And always just keep in mind, I got nothing but love for you.